Hello everyone, another month is over. February has come and gone. The shortest month of the year definitely felt like the shortest month, which is saying a lot for this past year. Did not do as much as I hoped this month. Not surprisingly, as you know, I went back to work full time, so a little less movies, a little less TV. But let's get right into it. Let's start with all the movies I watched this month. With it being February, I decided to watch a lot of rom-coms. So I found a random one on Netflix called When We First Met, which is kind of a time-jumping rom-com. Never heard of it, and I think it came out maybe a year or so ago. It was cute. A fun little casual watch, but not great. Then I watched Return to Me, which is a great rom-com. I have loved this movie for so long. I probably watch it like once a year. It's so sweet. It's just a really interesting, sweet... It gets pretty heavy at some points, but it's just... I love this movie. It's a great movie. And then I knew that the final movie of To All the Boys I Loved Before trilogy was coming out on Netflix this month, so I had to rewatch the first two. So I watched To All the Boys I Loved Before, To All the Boys I Loved Before P.S. I Love You, and then To All the Boys I Loved Before I Still Love You. I don't remember the name. This series is super cute. I know I need to read the books. Carson has told me over and over again that I have to read the books, and I will eventually. But for now, these movies are just enough. They are super cute, great for all ages, great little movie trilogy. And then some not so romantic comedy-esque movies. I watched Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame, because you can't watch one without the other. Those are my two, really one Marvel movie that I watched this month. You know, I just want to take 1 minute and talk about Infinity War Endgame. I think it will be a very long time before a movie this good comes out. A movie, this style of movie. I know there's great movies every day, whatever. But this, like, magnitude and, like, kind of ending-ish, I will always remember going to see these movies in the theater, and they are so good. And I still laugh just as hard as the first time. I still cry just as hard as I did the first time. It's just, these movies are like the best movies ever, in my opinion. And my final movie was my second Monday of the month movie night, Alice in Wonderland, the original animated Disney version. If you haven't seen this movie in a while, which I feel like the classics we really don't watch as much as we do with newer movies, so when you go back and rewatch all these ones, you forget how many iconic scenes and moments and stills are in these movies. And that rings really true for Alice in Wonderland. And then this movie is so colorful, it was just really fun to watch. Like, it's bizarre, don't get me wrong. And there's really a story to this movie too. Like, you kind of just think of, oh, she goes to Wonderland, but it kind of weaves in and out of a really good story. So if you haven't seen this one in a while, give it a watch. It's on Disney+. And that is all the movies I watched this month. And then that's a good segue to the TV shows I watched this month. I rewatched Once Upon a Time, Wonderland. Yeah, I know I just watched it 2 months ago. Don't care, love this series. It's short, sweet, great show to watch when you're getting ready in the morning. And I also watched, which I'm putting this under TV even though it's kind of like a mini series, I watched Alice, which was the sci-fi version of Alice in Wonderland. It was 3-4 part mini series. This is not streaming. I have it on DVD from way back in the day. But like I said, it was on Sci-Fi. It's very similar to Tin Man, which I watched during my Wizard of Oz month. It kind of has that same vibe, it's just a little bit different spin on Alice in Wonderland. Just like every other Alice take, it has some really kind of cool moments. It has some moments that don't quite really ring true, and they throw a lot of like Alice terms in there, and you buy it. Like, I eat that stuff up. So this series I actually really enjoyed because I'm kind of a sucker for anything Alice in Wonderland. I didn't really watch any new shows. I'm just continuing with all my current shows. So I watched, that's a lie, I do have a new show to tell you about this month. I started watching Jane the Virgin. This show was originally on the CW. Now I watch it on Netflix. Carson's like, Aubrey, you have to watch this show. You and your mom gotta watch this show. Okay, so we started watching it. We are 2 seasons into it. We're now on season 3. It is adorable. Like, every character in this is so lovable, and it's a very addictive show. So watch season 1 and season 2. That's my new show. I continued watching Arrow, still my favorite show I'm watching, yet I only watched season 4 and 5. I know only, but still, like I said, there's 8 seasons of this. So we've got 4 and 5 done. And then I continue watching Gossip Girl, finished season 5 on that, and now I'm on the last season. And finally, I watched the Gilmore Girls finale new season, A Year in the Life, I think it's called, where it's 4 episodes, because my sister-in-law just finished watching the entire series. I'm like, okay, well, we're gonna watch the final 4 episodes together. And we did. I forgot how much I love Stars Hollow and the Gilmore Girls and Luke and all the other little characters, because if you originally watched Gilmore Girls and were meh about the ending like all the rest of us, this series was a nice little bow on top. Of course, spoiler, they leave a huge cliffhanger at the end and an opening for so much more that who knows if we'll ever really get, but I really, really hope we do. But for now, this was a nice little ending to, a nice little true ending to the Gilmore Girls series. And that's it for TV. Did I do any other fun things this month? Well, this month had a lot of holidays. So we had the Super Bowl, made food for that. We had Chinese New Year, the Lunar New Year, Year of the Ox. So we had Chinese food that night, and then Valentine's Day, made a nice little dinner for me and Mom. Yeah, you can also call that Galentine's and Valentine's. And then President's Day, we made these awesome Disney World burgers with tater tots and sauce and bacon and all this jazz. Then Mardi Gras, I made a new Cajun recipe that turned out pretty good, which is a lot of holidays, and they were basically all in one weekend, so I cooked a lot of new dishes, which was kind of fun. Other than that, I didn't really do a whole lot. I did do one puzzle. I am back into my Thomas Kinkade puzzles, so I did this Rapunzel one that I got for Christmas this year. The thing about this puzzle, normally you do the border first, and then you do all the major figures, and then you do the medium stuff, and then you do the ground and the sky. For some reason, I did the border first because that's how you puzzle, and those are the laws of puzzling. But the first thing I did after the banners, I did the sky. Because this is all like the same color. So I'm like, oh, I can do blue. Yeah. This puzzle was a little more challenging after not puzzling for a while. So like I said, it was a slow month, but March is here, spring is coming, I'm kicking it up, back into gear, back into reading, back into crafting, so hopefully March you'll see a bit more. We also have the Disney Bound Challenge, which if you don't know is an Instagram month-long every day of Disney bounding, so I'm working on that too. Here comes March. Another year going by a little too fast. So, my name's Aubrey. I make new videos every Thursday, so make sure you subscribe and follow me on all my social media, and I will see you guys next week. I know you guys are all sitting there waiting for me to say that I finished Midnight Sun. And it's... I don't even know what to tell you. It's just hard. Just hard. I'm trying so hard.